Recently, China began constructing the world's largest hydropower station. Once completed, it will supply electricity to 300 million people. Western mainstream media, however, have started smearing China again, claiming the dam is intended to contain India. The Chinese aren't that short-sighted, okay? We believe in win-win cooperation, not zero-sum games. We know that development is better than containment. This dam exists solely to generate power. It's both environmentally sound and a business opportunity. Beyond domestic use, China plans to export electricity to India, Myanmar, Nepal, and Bangladesh, and more. Predictably, some now invoke America's Hoover Dam, while Chinese acknowledge its engineering brilliance, but we note its legacy of injustice, especially against Mexico. The tactics of Western media smears are transparent, you should know. The tenor lies to resonate with their audience's historical awareness, precisely because they've committed such atrocities themselves. In 1922, 7 U.S. states unilaterally signed the Colorado River Compact, carving up the river's waters while dismissively tailing downstream Mexico. Complain later. The 1928 Boundary Canyon Project, including Hoover Dam, with its colossal reservoir capacity, handed the U.S. total dominance over the river. By 1944, the U.S. strong-armed Mexico into an agreement allotting just 1.85 billion cubic meters of water annually, exactly 1/10 of the Colorado's flow, approximately 18.5 billion cubic meters. The clauses were diabolically crafted. No guarantees during droughts, yet a hard cap during floods. Unstable base pay, capped bonuses. In 1956, the U.S. built 4 more megadams upstream with staggering diversion power, offloading the ecological cost of desert to farmland conversion entirely onto Mexico. Thus, the U.S. sucked the Colorado River dry. But even Mexico's meager leftover broth wasn't spared. The 1989 North American Free Trade Agreement, masquerading as fair, gave U.S. corporations like Coca-Cola free rein to monopolize 80% of Mexico's beverage market overnight. So everybody knows Coke is water-based. These monopolists drilled 100-meter wells, plundering groundwater until communities' wells ran dry, crippling basic survival. Yeah, of course, they have solutions. Coca-Cola saturated every corner of Mexico. In the end, fat-happy water became water. Cheap soda replaced drinking water. A seemingly sweet dream turned into health nightmare. As the BBC always asks, at what cost? It's obesity of Mexicans. Today, over 70% of Mexicans are overweight, ranking among the world's heaviest. This spawned a diabetes epidemic, a grotesque crisis where diabetes of affluence ravaged communities with scarce healthcare. Desperate patients resort to folk remedies, sometimes even swallowing pills with what? With Coke. Meanwhile, farmlands in northwest Mexico turned barren from sanitation. So what is the US fix? Use water projects to flush salt-saturated wastewater downstream. Guess who will benefit it? And this toxic deluge likely counted against Mexico's water quota. This is the brutal truth behind. So far from God, so close to the United States. In a nation ruled by cartels, surviving long enough to die from diabetes might be a bitter blessing. In our mind, true leadership lifts others to prosperity, not plunged through zero-sum games. Post-World War II, America briefly exuded this spirit, lifting Europe, Japan, and South Korea. Yet, after the Soviet collapse, it merged into the globe's biggest bully, robbing even its own people. Can you imagine that? When one person holds 40% of wealth, how can the American people tolerate this? Will you keep selling your blood instead of rising up? Follow me, and you may share your thoughts in the comment section. Okay?